Vincent and Elaine, it is genuinely really nice to be here and to catch up with you on this beautiful, beautiful day coming over to Arran. What's it been like after being here more or less a year now?
It's been good, yes. We enjoyed it when we first came over, but we always said to folk, before we give a final answer on this, let's do a year through. And I think with the weather we've had just this early part of spring,
Yes.
then it's been a good test. If we survived that, we survived anything. Yeah, it's great being over here.
I know your sense of leading was very powerful, and it was confirmed in a number of ways before you came to Arran. You felt a strong sense the Lord's coming.
Yeah.
Elaine, what has that meant to you, and how has that helped, and how is that helping develop things, do you think?
Well, I think that knowing that you're where God wants you to be gives you that sense of peace, even when, I suppose, physically looking at things you think, I don't see how that's ever going to work out. Just knowing that God's got his hand in it sort of makes you feel a bit more secure when you're stepping out and you're not really knowing what's going to happen next.
And Vince, as well as the work you're doing here, and maybe say something about that, you're leading up the work of the Southwest Baptist Network.
Yes.
Just say something about that and what your vision is, that, and how it ties in with the island as well.
The vision is very much to see all the churches in the Southwest region working together. Noel McCullum's did a great job drawing us together and building things up. And although I made it quite clear I'm not another Noel McCullum's, and I do things very, very differently, but it's still to follow that same vision, to get churches sharing resources, sharing ideas, and while still maintaining the autonomy of the local church, to show us we can have fellowship together, work together, share ideas together, reach out in the community together. So often people in the smaller churches are struggling with an area perhaps of outreach, and yet there's another church already doing it that have the expertise and some ideas on it which they can share, and we can move things forward on that.
I mean, a question I often get asked, and it's great to be able to ask you the same question, what's your strategy for mission? What's your strategy for mission?
I used to think of all sorts of strategies, and it was David Meikle, who was BMS out in Brazil for a while before he came back, and he shared a strategy with me for planting churches in Brazil, which is a strategy that I thought is so profound but so necessary. And it was this: we look and pray and see where God is standing and go and stand alongside him.
Yes.
And I think that would be the simplest strategy. We want to see what God's doing, stand alongside him, because it's not in our strength we're going to do anything in the Southwest region or anywhere else, but in his.
You were saying the church here in Arran is about 10 years old, and you don't have your own building. Has that been a problem?
No. There's the odd occasion, but we quickly set out the chairs and put them away. Building maintenance, cleaning, etc., etc., is done by those we hire the building off of. So it does have big advantages. It has disadvantages at times, but it has big advantages.
If a church came to you and knew of the good work the Lord's used you in over the years and wanted a bit of advice, said, Vincent and Elaine, we have a choice. We can either afford to keep our building or have a pastor. How would you advise them? That's a hard one, but is there a ballpark answer there?
I would say that
Go for the pastor.
Yeah, pastoral leadership, consistency in teaching, somebody to focus and challenge and build the church, whether that be full-time, part-time, or tent-making ministry, whatever it is. To have the pastor and to have the church together is much more important than building. Buildings can so often get in the way, especially with the smaller fellowship. And no, it's people in the church, and the building can become a hindrance if you're not careful. Yeah, I would say if you've got the funding and you've got a choice, you go for the pastor rather than the building.
So you can be church anywhere.
Yeah.
Vincent and Elaine, thank you so much. Great to be with you, and the Lord continue to bless your ministry. Thank you.
Yes.